couch right now. It is Friday evening. It is officially the weekend. This week was kind of like fast and also kind of slow at the same time. Like today happened like really fast. But yeah, there wasn't much happening really throughout the week. So we're already at the weekend. And I'm gonna do another weekend vlog. I definitely want to keep doing vlogs because I like doing vlogs and it's just more other content that I can put out for you guys. And yeah, I just have to figure out a way to like make them exciting. Because sometimes the weekends I like don't really do a whole lot. Some weekends I do like go to concerts and stuff, and then other weekends I'm kind of just like being an adult, doing all my chores and all of that, just trying to do some of my hobbies. Like it's not very exciting. So I have to like figure out a way to make it exciting. But I do like it because then I get to talk about my other hobbies and just not just reacting. And I have a second channel, so like I'll also be posting these on my second channel, which I do want to add more content to as well, which I'm going to start doing this weekend. But at any rate, I just wanted to let you know my plans for the weekend. So tomorrow I just have like a bunch of errands that I need to do and all that stuff, like grocery shopping. I might go to Barnes and Noble just to see like what's out there, what's new and exciting. I haven't been to Barnes and Noble in a while because I typically always buy things when I go there. So I was like, I'm not gonna go there because it'll put me in danger. But I'm just gonna peruse. I might get like one book, but I don't know. We'll see. I have yet to purchase V. Schwab's new book, but I also haven't heard people talking about it, so I don't know if it's like good or, I mean, I love V. Schwab. I love everything she writes, so I know it's gonna be good because I like her writing style, but I also don't know anything about the story or anything like that. But anyways, I was just about to sit down and do some reading for you guys. I'm trying a different angle because the light was hitting nicely at this angle, so I kind of like it. Like it's a different perspective on my couch. But anyways, I'm starting Only a Monster. I started this last weekend. Like I just started reading it because I had finished Strange the Dreamer, but I didn't get very far into it. I'm only, let's see, page 50. So I'm not very far into it. But this is another Owl Crate book, and I wanted to read kind of like a spooky book because we are in fall. I'm still listening to Truly Devious on Audible, or not Audible, Everand, and it's intriguing. Like I am enjoying it. Like it is a good mystery. I do like it. But I also wanted to read a physical book. So yeah, I've had this again on my unread TBR shelf for quite some time. The cover is very intriguing and seems spooky. It's called Only a Monster. It's by Vanessa Len, and I've never read anything from her, I don't think. But there's some good blurbs on here. There's some blurbs from Naomi Novik, who did like Spinning Silver and all those books. And then Stephanie Garber, who I read from before, like her stuff. Chloe Gong, like her stuff. So there's some good blurbs on the back here. I like to sprayed edges. And it's not too long of a book. Less than 400 pages, I think. But it's about this girl who moves to London and like moves her to her like very eccentric family, I guess. And she meets a boy, as we do, and his name is Nick, and they are, you know, having a time, having fun, and being in love, and things go awry. And let's see, yeah, Nick isn't just a cute boy, he's a legendary monster slayer. So like things go awry after she tries helping people out, and she finds out some things about her family and that they're not just eccentric, but there's something else going on. Hint, monsters. So it sounded intriguing to me. And funny enough, I was reading an old book that I had written that I just posted on like fiction.net or whatever, and I'm like rereading it and I was like, wow, there's a lot of like I did not re-edit this. But it's funny. But I like the like direction I was going in. And one of the characters I had in that book is Nick. And he had some like dark secrets as well, but it's a completely separate like storyline. It's like a werewolf storyline, but this sounded kind of intriguing to me. So I'm gonna continue with this. I was just gonna sit down and read for a bit. I have a horrible time coming home because it takes 20 minutes for me to get home from work because I chose to live closer to work and it takes no time at all. But there was an accident in the most horrible spot possible for there to be an accident because there's like one way to get to my apartment complex and there's one way to leave my apartment complex to get on and off the freeway. And there's no really easy way to like go any other direction because if you go further up a different road, it's a long road that takes you to like the other side of town. And then there's also like really fancy like gated communities in that area. And so there's not really a way to like get around it. So there's an accident at the worst possible intersection. And on this intersection, there's so much room for accidents because people don't look. Like there's the road's going this way, then you have this road that you can go left or you can go right. And then the road that goes this way, you can also go right. No, left. I'm like, my directions, hello. So the people going left or right on these one-way streets sometimes aren't looking. So if you don't look, there's people that speed. Like there's a lot of people that speed too much. So something obviously happened and it was a pretty bad accident. Like we were kind of just sitting there for like, I probably got to that area around 4 and then I got out of that area to see if there was another way to go around, but there really isn't. So I came back and it was still there. Like there were still people parked and waiting to go. So they finally cleared some of it and the tow truck came and like the car was like horrible. It just did not look good. So I literally waited there probably, apart from like me trying to figure out a different route to go, probably like a good 30 minutes. So I got home pretty late, or later than I was going to. I was gonna come home before 4 and then that happened. So yeah, that happened. I went to the liquor store. I got a bottle of wine. So once my dinner arrives, I'm going to have some wine and have a relaxing Friday evening. I'm talking a lot because I'm still drinking this coffee that I got like the tail end of work. It's the iced pecan crunch oat latte, but it's with blonde espresso and it is oat milk and a fall drink. It's actually really good. I really like it. So this will keep me up for quite a bit. But anyway, so that's my plan for the evening. And tomorrow is just going to be errands like I mentioned before. Sunday, I may or may not go into town because there's another like pop-up happening, but it's for merch for the concert I'm going to next weekend. So I might go early in the morning on Sunday like I did for the album pop-up thing that was happening like 2 weeks ago. I didn't post a video on that, like a YouTube video, but I did post a short about it. And it was really fun and I might just go get merch Sundays so that I don't have to get it at the concert, but we'll see. Because for concerts, I get there early anyways, just because of traffic, and apparently there's going to be a whole bunch of mess on the 405 because they're going to do lane closures or something like that, and I'm just like, I don't want to deal with that. So what I do is like I go to like K-Town before, because you can take the streets to that like area where like SoFi and into a dome. It's in Inglewood. So you could literally take the street like all the way from Koreatown and just take the 101 all the way to Koreatown. So that's what I typically do, because then I'll get like food and then I get there early enough to get merch. So I'm not sure if I want to do that or not. So yeah, I don't know what exactly I will be doing on Sunday. I also like want to get a haircut, but I don't, like, I don't know. It's just a little too long right now. I might try to get a hair. I had a haircut scheduled like a while back, and then I rescheduled it. It was for the, like, around the TXT concert. It was like the day after, and I was tired, so I did not want to go to that. And it was on Sunday because the concert was on Friday. But I was like, I don't feel like going, and I haven't really rescheduled because I'm like, sometimes my curls look really nice and sometimes they just look a hot mess. So if anything, I could just get like a trim, but I don't know. But yeah, just wanted to update you guys on that. Dinner should be arriving shortly. I got Chili's. I was gonna have the pasta I've been eating for the last couple of days, but I was like, you know what? I just want to order. I haven't ordered food in a while, so I was like, I'm gonna treat myself and have a fun time. So yeah, that's my plans. I might watch another DCOM tonight. I might watch Phantom of the Megaplex because it has the same kid in Mom's Got a Date with a Vampire. I'm pretty sure it's the same kid. But then I do things in order of release. I was wanting to watch The Little Vampire. It's not a DCOM original, but it's usually on Disney Channel, and it plays around this time, around Halloween, but it's not on the Disney app. It's like a German film, which I did not know. But yeah, and it's nowhere. Like, you have to buy it, I think, to watch it. And I was gonna watch another movie, which kind of had the same issue. Like, it was nowhere to be found. I had to rent it. I can't remember which one it was. And I was like, well, what do I watch? So I ended up watching Mom's on a Date with a Vampire last weekend. So I might watch Phantom of the Megaplex tonight. It's kind of a funny, like, goofy. Oh, Goosebumps. No, not Goosebumps. Is it called? The sun's going down, so now the lighting's not as good. But Under Wraps. Oh my gosh, love the original Under Wraps so much. It's one of my favorite Disney Channel movies. Although now that I'm not sure if it's a Disney Channel movie because they made, or it must be, but like they made a remake of it in like 2021 or something, and then made a second one, and I'm like, I'm not watching that crap. I want to watch the original because the original is best. And it's not available. And I'm like, what? Well, where is it? Like, I love that movie so much. I had a like little crush on the main guy in that movie, like when I was really little, because I clearly had a type just from watching all these Disney Channel movies because they all looked the same. And I like had a little crush on him. Like, it was him, and then it was the guy from the 13th Year, and then, which is another great Disney Channel original movie, and then the kid from Johnny Tsunami and Jonathan Taylor Thomas. They all kind of look the same. Like, the kid from Johnny Tsunami was the only one that looked sort of different than everyone else, but they all had that same like 90s hairstyle. Fun fact about me and my crushes when I was younger. But I was upset. I was like, why is Under Wraps not on here? And I thought it was going to be on Hulu, but it's not on Hulu. So, because I know they do their Huluween, even though Hulu's not going to be a thing anymore. Anyways, I'm going to stop now because I'm just rambling. It's the caffeine. But yeah, I'll show you like what I have for dinner and like what I do for the rest of the evening. And I've got to turn on some lights because the sun is going down. And I had a little window of good light. So I decided to chat with you guys. But yeah, goodbye. Okay everyone, it is Saturday and I did my weekly grocery run for the week. I needed to get all the stuff for my meal prepping because I was running low on food, and I actually did pretty good. Like, spending wise. I like when I looked at my list, I was like, oh, this is kind of a lot, but like it only turned out to be like $70 and like a couple change. So yeah, and like the meals that I'm making don't have a lot of ingredients in them, so I think that's why the price was like a little lower. Even though I did buy some like fall stuff to have, and I was surprised by how low the bill was. I was like, okay, here we go. But I wanted to go over the meals that I'm going to be making. Some of them, or two of them, are going to be bakes. I bought like casserole dishes to like bake in the oven because I had one that was like a square baking dish, but it broke in transit to my apartment when I first moved here. So like literally the only thing that was salvaged was the lid of that. And it was really nice once. I was like really upset that that happened, but I hadn't bought like baking dishes. I bought like sheet pans and like have been making sheet pan stuff. But like for the fall, I kind of want to get into baked dishes. So I just bought like a set that was like a pretty good deal. Once that arrives, I'll show you what it looks like. But I'll go over the meals. So I was planning on making the like viral gyoza bake that's been going around online, but they didn't have any gyoza and they were out of the soyaki sauce that people are using. So I kind of had to change things up a bit. I was like, those are the two of the main ingredients. So what I ended up doing, it's funny, they had the gyoza dipping sauce, but they were out of the gyoza. So I bought this to do with the soyaki sauce because I feel like it's kind of similar. I've had the soyaki sauce and I feel like I've had this in the past, but it's been a while since I've had this. So I'll use this. And then they did have the red curry sauce, which they usually do. So was able to grab that. I'm going to make mine a little healthier because I feel like people just throw the dumplings in the sauce and then that's it. And I'm like, that's not really a meal. So I'm going to try to make it a meal. So instead I got the vegetable dumplings, which I'm not sure how they will bake. I have to see how you have to cook these because I've never cooked these before, but I might like air fry them or something. I really don't know how to cook these. It says steam, microwave, or stovetop. Okay, we'll see how that works out. But I also got some spinach to add to a couple dishes. I'll add to this one to get some iron in this meal. I'm trying to get more nutrients in my meals. That's why I'm doing meal prepping. But yeah, hoping this will help with my stomach issues. So those are going to be part of that. And then I'm going to add some vegetables because I was initially going to add like mushrooms, and then I saw this and I was like, oh, because I'm getting just the vegetable dumplings, I need something extra. So I got the vegetable stir fry, and I think I'll just put it in the pan, and that way we get like a whole bunch of vegetables in that. So it'll be more like a curry versus a bake. But yeah, I had to figure out how to do the dumplings. But people just threw them in the baking dish, so I hope that is similar to the dumplings. I also have some leftover sausage I might add to add a little bit of protein in there because there's really no protein in this. So yeah, that is meal number one. I'll probably make that later in the week, and then I'll make this first, which is going to be another bake. I'm going to bake some butternut squash cubes and kind of do like a taco bake. So I got like ground chicken. I'm going to add some black beans for fiber, and I'll also add some spinach to that to have some vegetables in here. I'll probably cook it with the meat, and then I'm going to top it with guac salsa. So again, not a lot of ingredients. I kind of just made this up on my own because it was inspired by like a sweet potato taco thing that I was looking at, but I didn't want to have to deal with cooking a sweet potato, so I just got the already cut butternut squash. I could even probably do this on a sheet pan, but I'll just do it in the baking dish, and I'll probably cook this a little bit before. But yeah, other stuff, I just ran out of some stuff. So I got some eggs because I ran out of eggs, and ketchup because I am low on ketchup. I was trying the Glen Powell, the Smash Kitchen ketchup, and I really liked it, but they don't have it at Trader Joe's. So I think they only have it at Walmart, and I didn't feel like going to Walmart. So this will last me a while because I use ketchup a lot. Then I got some pizza because next weekend I will be going to a concert, and I feel like that'll probably be what I make like for the weekend before I go grocery shopping again next week. So I typically try to do like every couple of weeks, but I feel like that's kind of hard with meal prepping because like I don't want certain ingredients to go bad. So I'm trying to go every week but still do like the meal prepping and like doing a couple of meals throughout the week versus one meal throughout the week so that I'm not like getting bored with it. But yeah, here's all the fun stuff that I bought. So I'm gonna have this with breakfast. I tried this before. Typically, I don't like cold brew, but I do like it with the pumpkin. So I am going to have this with my breakfast this morning. Then I bought the pumpkin blondie brownies. I wanted to get the pumpkin brioche, but they were also out of that. They were out of a lot of things. So I got the pumpkin blondie brownies to have throughout the week. I might freeze these and then eat them later because I have other desserts that I still have. So I'm gonna freeze those. Then I got the pumpkin waffles to have with breakfast. I really like these. I try to get these year round, like when they come out. They're really tasty. And then I got the Danish Kringle, the pumpkin one, because it's so delicious. It is so good. Yeah, very, very tasty. Love this. So I might have that with breakfast today. So yeah, it'll be a fun breakfast this morning. Then I bought the maple butter sauce. I guess it's just maple butter, but I think that would be fun to add to the waffles. I was gonna put this on top of the brioche bread, but again, they did not have it. So I think I'll go with this. And I also just like having this around because it's really tasty. But yeah, that is the grocery haul. I feel like a lot of these are kind of like cozy dishes, so I'm definitely headed into like my fall meals. The last meal that I made was actually pretty like fall, gave me fall vibes, so yeah, really fun. So I'm gonna put all this stuff away. I'm gonna take out stuff out of my fridge that needs to be thrown out because I need to take out the trash. And then I think I'm gonna do a reaction video, and then I'm gonna do some writing. So that's the plan for today. I also have to do laundry today, so that is all I really have planned for today. But yeah, I'm gonna put these away now. All right, everyone, this is breakfast. I definitely did a bigger breakfast today just so, because it's the weekend and I was like, I need some protein. Just really trying to get in all that protein that I can in my meals and to help process all the other stuff. So what I made was some eggs and the chicken sausage from Trader Joe's and the hash browns from Trader Joe's. And then I did a little fun side of the pumpkin crinkle. I just love the pumpkin crinkle. I always try to get it when it's the fall time. And then I have my cold brew in my little Halloween glass mug that I forgot that I got at Walmart. This is a dupe of like the ones from Anthropologie. They're like less than $4, I think, for a single one. So I got that. I also put some cinnamon on top of my cold brew. It is like pumpkin spice, so there already is like some spicy, not spicy, but like spicy warm spice flavors in there, but I just like to add a little cinnamon to my coffee. I don't have a straw that can fit this this mug because it's like, this is so tall, but I like drinking it with straws, like with this glass. But it's pretty sturdy too. Like it's a pretty hefty glass. And I'm just gonna sit down and watch some vlogs for the chill morning. And yeah, excited for breakfast. I made a couple extras because I'm gonna go somewhere tomorrow and wanted it already made. I could just heat it up in the microwave. So I made a couple extras of these, the hash brown and sausage. And I'll probably have a crinkle along with it. Because the thing with these is that they don't last a long time because it's like a baked goods. I have to try to eat it pretty quickly. But it's so good. If you haven't had the crinkle yet, it's like probably one of my favorite fall items at Trader Joe's. And they've got a lot. So yeah, it's very pumpkin-y in there this time of year, which I love. It's my favorite time of year, even though it's the shortest time of year. But anyways, let's just continue on with my day. guys, and welcome back to this vlog. I just wanted to update you guys. It has become a really fast day, which don't love because it's Saturday and I hate when the weekend kind of like flies by, but I have been pretty productive this Saturday. I did my grocery shopping earlier, which I showed you, and have kind of just been doing chores today and also like creative stuff. So I wanted to sit down and kind of share with you like my writing process and how I typically start writing my TV shows. I do them in a couple of different ways. So how we learned in school to like outline a TV show is we kind of start with the proposal, which is like a long document that you would take to like whatever network or streaming service or producer. Like I'm not really sure who like ends up taking over that proposal, but like it kind of just gives you like a whole summary and general sense of what your show is about. So it lays out the synopsis, all the characters, your comps, and what like networks you would like to pitch it to, and just a huge document of all that stuff. And it also includes the world and everything. So I kind of typically do it in that fashion because that's what I learned in school. And it's just like a big overview of like your show. But I wanted to try something a little different and kind of take that idea of a proposal and do it in more of like a show Bible format, which is like a little bit more visual but still has those elements of like your proposal. There are a couple of good examples online, like the Stranger Things proposal is really good, and I have a couple of other ones that I have looked at in the past. And yeah, it's just really like a compilation of like everything you need to know about your show. And it also helps with like production and how your show should look and or like what you want it to look like. So it's like a really good thing to have, and like when you get a show picked up. And some people get like really in depth about it, others are kind of like more loose. I think Stranger Things did a good, or had like a good way of going about it, because they did go into depth of like some characters and like where they got the inspiration from and all that, but it wasn't like too much to read. Like it was really easy to read. And I've also seen like the Westworld one, and that was like a little more short and concise and had more visual elements with it. So yeah, you can kind of do whatever you want in these and put it out in any format you want. It's just really a matter of like how you like to write these things. I like to write it in more of like a story format, like with my proposal. But for the like Bibles, I kind of outline, but like do it in bullet point fashion, and then try to do more imagery based stuff. So I just finished like the basics of a Bible for a TV show that I kind of came up with. And it's based off of a book that I read a book that I wrote a while ago. And I'm kind of changing some things about the book to make it into a TV format. And I wanted to show you what that looks like. So, because this is going to be like a writing and reading vlog, so I kind of wanted to show you like my writing process, because I don't know how much I've shown it to you. It also changes per project for me. Like it really depends on how I want to lay out the story. And like for fantasy stuff, I try to make it more visual and also dedicate more time to the world, versus like movies that are like set modern day. I don't need to spend that much time on the world, so I kind of just do that in like proposal format.